After her twin sister's death, Emma begins experiencing a series of eerie and inexplicable events, starting with the mysterious old woman at the cemetery who shouldn't be alive. As the strange occurrences escalate, Emma is forced to question what's real and whether her sister ever truly left. My name is Emma. I'm 35 years old, and 2 months ago I lost my twin sister, Sarah. Sarah's death was not unexpected. She had cancer, and we knew that time was short. But even that knowledge did not prepare me for the emptiness that was left behind. We were more than just sisters. We were two halves of a whole. I had no one but her. Best friends since childhood. We are family, that's clear. But the last year has been so hard with her illness that I literally lived her life, 24 hours a day together. We knew that nothing could be done. Chemo didn't help, and after surgery and therapy, the doctors threw up their hands. Unfortunately, stage 4 is almost untreatable. I work remotely from home on the computer, so I moved in with my parents to be with Sarah every second, to enjoy all the time we have left. Of course, it is very difficult. Mentally, it was just killing me. But I didn't allow myself to show weakness in front of her. She was so strong. She never cried and tried to live as before until the very end. I just couldn't be weaker. Without her, the world seemed unnatural, as if the air had become thicker, as if I was breathing underwater every day. About a month after her death, very strange things started happening to me, which a psychologist would later call post-traumatic depression. But some of them simply cannot be explained. It felt like I was literally going crazy. I want to share some of them here. Believe me, this is only 10% of what is happening to me now. I want to write about this not because I am looking for support, but because I am afraid. Everything that is happening in my life now scares me to the point of colic. It seems that just a little more and I will spend the rest of my days in a mental hospital. After the funeral, I began to go to the cemetery often. This was my way of keeping in touch with her. I sat by her grave, talked to her out loud, brought her flowers. It became something of a ritual. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of free time, which simply rang with emptiness. I don't have a family, children. I only had her, my dearest. That's why I wanted to be near her, and let her know that I haven't forgotten about her, that our connection is still very strong. By the way, I'm not superstitious at all. I was, until recent events. One of those days, I noticed an elderly woman at the neighboring grave. She was carefully clearing weeds, straightening flowers, washing a marble slab. We got to talking. She introduced herself as Mary. She said that this was the grave of her husband, George, and that she came here every week because she had no one else left. The children have all moved away, she said with a slight grin. And someone has to clean up, right? I felt a strange sympathy for this woman. I shared my story with her. We talked a little more, and I offered to help her clean up. She happily agreed. Here is an important point. I am telling you all this so that you understand that we really spent a lot of time together. This was not a fleeting conversation. It was half a day with Mary, spent at a table next to the graves of our relatives. I planned my next visit to the cemetery especially. I bought fresh flowers, soap, sponges. I wanted to please Mary. But when I arrived, she was gone. Only flowers on her husband's grave, already wilted. I decided to clean up for her and, picking up the fallen vase, noticed a second slab nearby. I did not immediately read what was written on it. When I did, I froze. Mary Elizabeth Harris, 1929 to 2017. Beloved wife, caring mother. Reunited with George. I could not believe it. At first I thought it was a mistake. A different Mary. But the photo was of the same woman. The same scarf, the same eyes. I stood shivering in the cold wind, looking at the tombstone and not understanding how this was even possible. So she died 8 years ago. 8 years. How could I have seen her here last week? What was that even like? I didn't tell anyone about it. I thought, overwork, stress, grief. A hallucination. But that was just the beginning. A couple of days after that, I found an old box at home that Sarah and I had once bought at a flea market. It was closed, and I knew exactly what was inside: dried flowers, letters, candy wrappers, and other little things from my childhood. Only now it was lying open. And inside was a photo I didn't remember. Sarah and I, standing outside the school. But the problem is, I don't remember this dress. Neither of us ever had one. And what's worse, Sarah didn't have the mole above her eyebrow that she'd had since birth. I even called my mom and showed her the photo. She frowned. "That's not Sarah," she said. "And that's not you." Similar, but not you. Whose photo is this? How did it get into our box? What the hell is going on here? My nerves were thin as a thread. I carried that photo around in my purse. I don't know why. And yesterday the photo disappeared. I don't know. Maybe it fell out on the bus. But I'm not sure of anything anymore. I just can't believe in a rational explanation. There are too many strange things. But the most terrible thing happened a week ago. After that, I went to see a psychologist. I was home alone, sorting through old boxes with Sarah's things. Among other things, I found her old mobile phone. It was completely dead. I didn't even remember the last time it was charged. I plugged it in, just to see if there were any photos left that I could have forgotten. The phone turned on. The screen flickered. On the screensaver was a photo I'd never seen before: Sarah sleeping, and it was taken from above, as if someone was standing right above her. But I didn't take her photo. I'm sure no one in my family took this photo either. It looked pretty creepy. I remembered it so well. And now the climax. The file date said yesterday morning. The phone turned off by itself. When I tried to turn it back on, it didn't respond. And the charger stopped working. I understand that the dates on the phone could be out of order, and it could be showing the wrong numbers. But doesn't all of this seem extremely strange? I went to a psychologist. 3 sessions. She said that this was a manifestation of complicated grief, depersonalization. I tried to believe it. But tonight, the last incident happened that broke me, made me doubt my own sanity. I woke up in the middle of the night from a sound. I could swear someone was crying in the hallway. I slowly got up, walked over, and saw my cat sitting opposite the bathroom door. She was hissing, and there was something in the bathroom. I saw a shadow under the door. It moved very slowly. Then, a whisper. I couldn't make out the words, but I recognized the voice. "Sarah." I didn't open the door. I just sat on the floor next to the cat and cried all night. When it got light, I opened the door. Of course, no one was there. I've been taking antidepressants for 6 days. Maybe this is some kind of side effect? I'm really scared. I think I was an atheist until tonight. I'm really starting to think about going to church. I'm not crazy, am I? I'm trying to work and live a normal life. But I feel like I'm getting worse every day. What's happening to me?